What's good, everybody? It's your boy, and I'm back with another installment of Black Mirrors TV, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to be breaking down NLE Chopper and why I believe he's an industry plant, and also why I believe he is in the occult, too. All right? Let's get right into it, man. Now, Bryson LaShawn Potts, born November 1st, 2002, known professionally as NLE the Great, previously NLE Choppa and YNR Choppa, is an American rapper and songwriter from Memphis, Tennessee. He gained recognition with the release of his 2019 single Shot of Flow, which received platinum certification by the Record Industry Association of America and peaked within the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100. The song proceeded with his debut extended play EP, Cottonwood, in December of that same year, man. So that's a little breakdown of his background and the accolades of NLE Choppa. All right, if you don't know who he is. Now, the idea of NLE Choppa being an industry plant is a recurring discussion online, though he has publicly stated he isn't. That's what they all say, all right? An industry plant is a term for an artist who seems to appear suddenly with significant label backing that is sometimes hidden, and they are often promoted as if they are self-made or organic. The debate around NLE Choppa involves his rapid rise to fame, particularly with the success of Shot of Flow, and questions about whether this was a result of genuine talent or heavy label support. Now, I believe that you can get somewhere if you got raw talent and you got the system behind you. But this guy just came from up out of nowhere, man. All right, he literally just appeared in front of us. There wasn't really any progression throughout the years to see his come up or whatever. It's just like he came out with this song and it blew up, became platinum, and he was just here. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is another, if not the main reason. All right, this is not another reason. This is the main reason why I believe that he is a part of Freemasonry and the occult, and he was planted in the industry to push the agenda of being extremely zesty. All right. Now, Freemason has 48 in reverse reduction, just like Bryson Potts, his first and last name, has 48 in the pure cipher, which is the reduction cipher. And you see him right here, shoulder to shoulder with none other than the Freemason himself, Rick Ross, who has a song called Freemason. And this is him as a child. So what makes you think that this dude wasn't planted in the industry or groomed at a young age to be put here before us? You got to be a little off your rocker if you think that's not the case, all right? Now you see him right here, man. I know y'all remember when he went through his entire phase of being spiritually woke and, you know, on his Illuminati tip, you know what I mean? And it's just, it was just so cringe for me to even watch. I couldn't even take this dude seriously if you paid me to. You know what I'm saying? You see he doing the whole duality with the light and the dark while he's right in the middle to show balance. You see what I'm saying? But we know what that dark and that light represents too on a deeper occultic knowledge type of level, because the light resembles spirituality, and not spirituality, but just the spirit itself, and the dark represents matter and the black cube of Saturn. Okay, so if you know that, then you know what he owned. This is fraudulent activity. But he had a lot of people believing that he was down with that. Now, right here, you see him clearly doing one-eye symbolism. But wait. Just a moment ago, you was all spirituality and, oh, I'm eating raw and vegan and all this other stuff. And, oh, I'm tapped in, I'm grounding with the earth and all this other crap. But you showing clear one-eye symbolism right here. Your entire image is fake. You are a character that your label created to deceive the masses. Okay? Not only that, speaking about the fake image, his street affiliation equals 90 in reverse reduction, and NLE chopper equals 90 in the ordinal. Now, if y'all don't know what gematria is, it is the coding of letters into the numerical value. You have 4 base ciphers, man. You got the ordinal cipher, the reverse cipher, the reduction cipher, and reverse reduction cipher, okay? Now, let's get back to some occult signs and symbols, all right? Now, you see him rocking the beta sex kitten leopard print pattern right here. This lets me know that he was passed around in the industry at an early age, as we can see. Okay, like at a very early age. He probably looked like he was like no more than 9 to maybe 12 years old, maybe 13 years old in that picture with Rick Ross. So he done seen some things that kids his age was not meant to see. He was showed the way. You know what I mean? He was trained. He was groomed. He was probably taken advantage of, because, see, these are the things that happen, and this is how they show that, by rocking the beta kitten programming leopard print. Now, I wanted to give a quick shout out to everybody that's watching the content, man. We running them numbers up on the watch hours, and it is greatly appreciated, man. All I'm going to ask y'all to do is if we can start running the numbers up on the comments. All right, if this video gets 10 comments, I'll make another video. Y'all see the pink, right? Because we about to get into the zestiness of this rapper, man. I told y'all time and time again, when they rock this pink, what it symbolizes, man. Not only with the beta kitten leopard print, but when they rock that pink, man, it lets you know that they've been fondled. You know, he even went so far as to rock the pink dreads. Man, now if y'all know what that pink symbolizes, man, it just symbolizes the saucy Santana vibes that these folks embody. You know what I'm saying? It just shows you, without them actually coming out and telling you verbally, you know, that they've been taken advantage of, or they've, you know, willingly did some things that were strange for a piece of change, or for more push from their label, and more financial backing from their label. You got to compromise yourself. You got to dehumanize yourself, demasculine yourself. I'm going to say demasculinize yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now you see him right here on them steps. You know what I mean? We all know that the steps symbolize what you've learned in your life and what you've learned in Freemasonry. And you putting those things together to then travel up the steps of Freemasonry, all the way up to that 33rd and a half degree of Freemasonry. See, a lot of people, including myself, didn't even know about that 33rd degree and a half. All right. I've listened to a lot of Freemason lectures, and I've even heard some lecturers say 72 levels of Freemasonry, or 720. I mean, and then when you look at it numerology wise, 7 + 2 = 9, which is a number of completion. All right. Now, back to the zest monster himself, man. We see him kissing the reflection of himself. Whatever you do on the outside of your life, like your outward expression is how you feeling on the inside. That's just common sense, you know. But when you start listening to these occult lectures and things of that nature, then you'll understand that that's really what these folks be doing. So that's why I say a picture is worth 1,000 words, because they showing their outward expression of what's going on the inside with them, what they've been through, what they've learned, how they get down. They showing you. He wearing this transparent shirt with, of course, you know, you can't skip over the ding, ding, ding with the hat to show duality, consciousness division. You see what I'm saying? And all that. And once again, it's like, you taking pictures like this expecting us to believe your gangster street image. I don't know. I mean, now there's been some zesty people in you know, quote unquote gangsterism, but you know, to be doing this and expect us to think that you just so gangster and just so down, I don't buy it not 1 minute, man. King Von wasn't taking pictures like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Lil Durk wasn't taking pictures like this, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll probably say, oh, well, Tupac was in the bathtub, butt naked with the gold and all that. Like, yeah, no, you right. You right. But come on, man, you catching my drift, though. And you also see him doing the hidden hand. Okay. But it's mighty ironic that all this crazy stuff he been doing syncs up with, I ain't gonna say it, but it equals 114 in the ordinal, just like his first and last name, Brian Potts, equals 114 in the reverse reduction, in the reverse cipher. Excuse me, because when I catch these dudes in the act, and then I catch it with the gematria too, I get overwhelmed with satisfaction. Like, dude, it's one thing to have the pictures, but when you got the gematria on top of it, it's like, you feel me, undeniable. Now you see them right here again, just looking very zesty, man. Like I said, these folks sell their soul, and there's different ways of it. It's like not physically just selling your soul and giving that up, because it's not yours to give away anyway. It was given to you by the highest of the high, the most high God up in heaven, you feel me? So you cannot give that away, but you can give it away in a sense of, metaphysically is not even the word either, but you could go against your morals and your values. And this is going against morals and values that 10 out of 10 of us on this platform would never do, just for a mighty dollar. You see what I'm saying? There's other ways that you can grind and get your money without doing this. Because it's like, at the same time, how could you do all this and then look yourself in the mirror and still think that you just so hardcore, knowing that you had a whole lollipop in your mouth with women's gloves on? And you know what's crazy too, when you watch that Young Thug video with him in Future, they got these same type of gloves on, but it's army fatigue, which goes again to say, like, they try to be so masculine and say that it's artsy and it's design and just like fashion and all that. No, man, there is a thin line between man and woman. It's a thin line between straight and not straight. You know what I'm saying? And we don't discriminate over here. We don't dislike anybody or whatever the case you may have. You just keep that over there and be who you are. And to go back to the tattoo thing, right? These folks be tatted up from head to toe. You want to know why? Because they want to feel a sense of masculinity. They want to reclaim their masculine energy just a little bit, man. Because doing all that stuff and compromising your masculinity and doing things that you wouldn't normally do to get a push or a backing or financial stability or freedom, knowing that you had to do these things is going to mess with you mentally, man. I mean, I don't see how it couldn't. These folks is human beings. You know, some of them look kind of reptilian at the same time, but alien in nature. But, you know, they human beings for the most part. And it's like, you got to feel that when you wake up and look yourself in your eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I just tatted my entire body because I wanted to feel some sort of masculinity energy in me, because I just did the most Batiman thing I could do possible. Playgirl magazine, I thought was for girls, not dudes. I mean, I've never even heard of Playgirl until I found that picture. But whatever, man. It's crazy work. Nasty work. Now, this the NBA young boy. I'm showing y'all this to let y'all know that all these things that happen as far as rap beefs or whatever, they all staged as well. You know what I'm saying? It's all money induced. They get bribed with money to diss other artists into getting rap beef, which really leads to people getting locked up and losing their life. You feel me? Now, this NBA young boy and Brian LaShawn Potts, NLE Chopper, sync up with 258 and 201 in the ordinal and the reverse cipher. It's kind of crazy, ain't it? It's kind of crazy how he just recently dissed NBA Youngboy in this whack song that he got, and the whole song, the music video is so cringe. I didn't even try to go watch it. I just seen what I seen on Instagram, and I could even bear to even watch that. I had to watch it on mute because it was just so. You could tell you cannot take this dude serious, man. You cannot take this dude. You can't. There's no way you can watch that and take him serious. NBA Youngboy ain't even worried about him. I'll be surprised if NBA YoungBoy responds, because they just two different people living in two different worlds. One is just for strict entertainment, which is NLE, and NBA YoungBoy is really like that. Okay, we not glazing or nothing. It's just right and wrong is wrong. And facts is facts, man. It's black and white. Oh, and this picture right here is just to show the duality nature, the splitting of the mind to turn people from a regular human being into this character when they get into the industry. All right, that's what that was showing. MK Ultra programming at its finest. Now I wanted to show y'all this right here because it's been a minute since I've showed y'all this, right? They either injure their fist or their wrist or their hand or whatever, or their arm, and it's injured, and it's like, well, how did that happen? We never really even heard anything about that. Well, it's because they do things to people from across the border in Southern America or whatever, bring them up here, and they torture them in gruesome ways, either until the person is no longer here or until they hurt themselves in the process. Now, Saturn and Bryson LaShawn Potts sync up, and we got a 2 out of 4 cipher connection with that. Now, of course, we got another ding, ding, ding right here. And I just wanted to show y'all something, right? It's easy for these folks to tap into these other characters or whatever they play because they've been trained to do so. They've been programmed to do so. They've been tortured to do so. They've been drug induced to do so. MK Ultra is a very horrendous practice. Okay, you can go look it up and see what that's all about. Now, he's trying to embody Tupac so bad it's cringy. So he went to the lengths, which is to cut his hair and to go at NBA YoungBoy as if he is Tupac. He really needs to stop before something actually happens to this man, because he's playing with fire, trying to get views, trying to do this and that. He playing with the wrong guy, I believe, because we're seeing what happened with King Von and Dirk and the whole situation. I don't think this is really what he wants to do. But this is the price of fame, and this is why I believe he is an industry plant and in the occult. If y'all like the video, man, let's get 10 comments on this video. And if this video also gets 5 likes, I'll drop another video, man. It's been a pleasure with y'all. Y'all stay humble, y'all stay hungry. And I'll see y'all on the next one.